Hey guys, welcome to another Wednesday Proof is Possible TV episode. This is the last one for my fall fast track black belts. And this week, what I wanted to talk about with all of you, whether or not you're a fall fast tracker, is something that I have noticed over the past several weeks with my fall fast trackers and also with the people that I talk to all over the country who are homeowners who are looking for answers. So, the first thing is that you may have seen the television show that Grace and I are going to be making in 2016 in the 16 cities that we visit on the Proof is Possible tour. If you want to find out more about that, by the way, after the video, go to proofispossible.com. I'll post that link at the end. You may have thought, whoa, those guys are so lucky, or wow, first time out, and they made it. Both of those things are total mistakes, and I'd like to clear it up for you. First of all, Grace and I have tried this 3 times. This is our 3rd television show that we've tried to make. Secondly, we actually haven't gotten anybody's permission to make this television show. We do not have the Department of Energy or a large corporation backing us in this venture. We are doing this ourselves because we have learned that large corporations and government entities and utilities move incredibly slowly, and their interests are not always the same as yours. We like to think that everybody is out for the same goals, but actually that's not true. And what you'll notice is that people are not as helpful as you'd like them to be. And this can be hard if you are an artist at heart. I used to be a musician. I was a piano player for ballerinas, and I am a very sensitive person. If somebody doesn't like what I do professionally, it's hard for me not to get my feelings hurt. My wife earlier this week got her feelings hurt by something that happened professionally, and I tried to remind her, hey, remember, people are idiots. So let's all just do everyone around us a favor and raise our hand and say, sometimes I am an idiot. Now, everyone else in the world should be saying that, but they're not. They are not thinking all the time. And so when somebody does something that doesn't seem to be helpful to you, like for example, we've been trying to make this television show and we're going to have 2 things happen. One is we're trying to get everybody's attention out in mainstream America with this show. And I think that we're going to be able to go a long way with that. But the second thing is to be able to leverage the power of our colleagues, all the people who do what we do. And one of the things about this is that, number one, sometimes we're idiots. Sometimes I personally am too busy. You might write to me and say, hey, I've got this really cool thing going on. Can you help me with this? And maybe I give you a really quick response. I always try to respond, but maybe I'm not as helpful as you want me to be. And it's not that I don't think that your idea is good. And likewise with everyone out there who's going to be answering your emails about this really great idea you have, they just don't have a lot of time. We all are idiots, and we all have very limited bandwidth. But beyond that, there is another thing that's going to happen, and as a younger member of the home performance and energy efficiency, or whatever you want to call it, section of the construction industry, there are 2 types of people who are not going to be helpful to you. They're going to try to not be helpful distinctly. And one is the old guard. They would probably like for you not to succeed with your great idea because it would mean that they did not succeed with it. So there is that little psychological thing, and they might not even mean to be doing that, but that's definitely a thing. And I'm sure that when there are young whippersnappers who are saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'll say, yeah, good luck, kid. Wishful thinking. Second thing is that there are a bunch of other people who are my age who also have companies like mine, and they would like to be doing this themselves. Now, here's why both of those things are totally ridiculous. We're all in this together. And as my wife is fond of saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. So if we can get home performance, and specifically home performance, I'm not talking about high performance shoes or a new kind of gasoline or anything like that. I'm talking about home performance in the construction industry. There is so much money and so much opportunity available. And the 5,000, 10,000 companies, let's just play crazy and say 50,000 companies who could do home performance contracting around the United States of America. We're going to be swamped. We're going to need more people to come into this industry if it actually becomes mainstream, which is why we are focusing on this television show so hard. So we are investing our own money. We have our own film production equipment. We are going to be putting this on public television, or at the very least on the internet to make sure that everybody can see it, but we need the information to get out there. So hopefully in 2016 you will see this on major cable television, because we are not asking anybody's permission. We're not asking for sponsorship from a major corporation, because that takes a lot of time and we are done waiting. It's not happening anymore. So this means that we get to make it the way that we want to, and I hope that you read the blog article about how reality television shows work, because we have been seeing behind the curtain of this for several years now, and we've decided not to make the kind of show that you would see on reality TV, where there's a lot of personal drama and all the things that are just not a part of what we're trying to get across, which is, let's figure out how to fix homes better than anyone has ever fixed them before. So that's what I'd like to say. If you're a sensitive person, and I think that we know who we are, just remember that it's going to come across. There are those of us who are with you in that, and it's hard not to get your feelings hurt. But you should still try to do things that are going to change the world. Because, number one, people are idiots. People have very little bandwidth. People are hoping that things are not going to succeed because it means that they didn't think of it themselves. And so they're not going to do it. No one else is going to do this. And Grace and I are constantly turning to each other and saying, do we have to do everything? Yes. The answer is yes, you have to do it. So if you have a great idea for a way to make the world a better place, you have to do it. It is your responsibility, because other people are not as smart, do not have the time, and are not thinking as clearly as you are right now. I hope that you stay tuned on the television show. I wish you well in all of your endeavors in your local market, and as you become a national presence or an international presence. And remember, you don't need anybody's permission to do that. You can do it yourself. Because everyone is watching, and eyeballs are the modern currency. So thanks very much for watching. I hope that you tune in next time.